God damn, Bill.
I think it's just meaning the ability to play multiple positions, be able to be versatile and succeed in multiple spots.
Hey, son, can you just sit up a little bit?
Sorry about that.
Into the mic?
Yeah, I got you.
No problem. I'm good.
I'm kind of comfortable anywhere on the field. They move me around a little bit. I'm not set to any position, so, they're just moving me around, trying me out at different places.
What do you like about, if you were to play that slot nickel, what do you like about that position, the duties that it has?
I think it's just another way to display versatility. I'm able to be in the slot, play coverage, be able to blitz off the edge, things like that. So I think it's just a way for them to display my versatility. And I think it feels good to know that they trust me and believe in me, move me around different places.
What is your favorite spot?
I really don't have one, honestly. I like to play anywhere.
Part of the 111, is that your favorite spot? Just being a player out there?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think my favorite thing is making plays in multiple spots. Yeah. That's my favorite thing. Going from the half to being in the box to playing in the middle of the field to playing man-to-man, being able to do it all.
Yeah, and getting on the field last year, you showed signs of what's to come from you and stuff, but getting on the field on a regular basis, what did you have to really, I guess, prove to the coaches that the way they're talking about you now is you got to be on the field,
I think last year proving to the coaches was just being trustworthy. We talk a lot about the guys who the coaches trust. That's who's going to get on the field. You got to be able to make the calls, know what you're supposed to do your assignment. I think that was the biggest thing for me last year. I think I earned the coaches' trust.
Yeah. Do you feel like a wild card for this defense? How would you describe it, Sonny?
Honestly, wherever they tell me to go, that's where I go. I don't really feel any way about myself.
Are there more opportunities to make plays if you're closer to the line of scrimmage or in the box as opposed to maybe playing the deep center field safety spot?
I think there's opportunities to make plays anywhere, honestly. It's just different kind of plays based on where I am.
What's it like having your brother here?
I think it's super cool. There's a few times out there in practice where we're out there together, so it's special. I haven't played with him since high school.
How good does it feel, just going into your second year to be in this position where you now have a chance to play a major role in this defense?
Obviously it feels good, but I just got to keep getting better. That's all me and my brothers, we just been grinding all summer. We just keep getting better and we compete together.
What do you think are the biggest ways in which you're better now than you were when you got here a year ago?
I think coming into my sophomore year, I got a lot more confidence and just being comfortable. I feel like I know the playbook pretty well. I think the biggest thing is confidence, though.
People keep asking me what's going to be different about this defense from last year, and I go, well, Sonny Styles, he's the guy that's going to be, based on regular playing time. What is your sense of what's going to be different about this defense compared to last year?
I think, it's the second year under Coach Knowles. I think the team's going to be flying around a little bit more. I think guys got a better understanding of the defense. And, I think it's just going to be a different intensity. I think we improved last year, but it's going to improve even more.
Have you guys taken ownership of this defense, meaning last year wasn't good enough? You understand what I'm saying? Have y'all, as players, met about it or just talked about some things just won't be tolerated? You know what I mean?
I think what we talk about is always improving. We, like I said, we got better last year, but it wasn't enough. We came up short, so we got to keep getting better.
Going back to your brother, maybe we should ask him this question if we're able to. The cornerbacks come out, but was it tough trying to get him to come back home, or was it a pretty easy, seamless process?
I wasn't trying to convince him to go anywhere. I think when he hit the portal, he was trying to find the best place for him, and I think home felt like the best place for him.
Mom dressed
Didn't get in his ear a little bit. Come on, man, come back home.
Not really. No, I told him I'd love to play with him, but I wasn't trying to make him go nowhere.
So you talked about making plays, right? What goes into that? What do you have to do to be able to make a big play in a game at safety in terms of your physicality, your film study? How do you do it?
I think the biggest thing is knowing your job. And the next thing I would say is, like you said, film study. Being able to anticipate and to trust your eyes. I think that's the biggest thing as a safety. A lot of times guys come up short from plays from not trusting their eyes. That's something that I got to get better at too. Just be able to trust what you see and go.
Well, how do you feel in that anticipation, right? That kind of being it. How do you feel like you are with that right now?
I think I'm good, but I just need to get better. Just keep getting better. I strive for greatness. I think that's what we all do around here. That's why we say BIA.
On the field, though, and on football field, are you the kind of guy like a shortstop on a major league team? In a crucial situation, hit the ball to me. You know what I mean? Are you thinking I want the play to come to me? Give me your thought process.
I think if you ask anyone in the secondary, they want the play to come to them.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the ball. I think that's what you want though, out of your defense. You want guys who are competitive, that are hungry and want it.
seems like in your role, I mean, you can be covering a slot receiver one play, a tight end the next. How do you kind of prepare to kind of face guys that have very different body types?
I think you prepare in practice. You know, we're going against the best receivers in the country. You know, we got some really good tight ends as well, and I think Coach E prepares me for any situation he puts me in.
Do you feel like you're equally comfortable if you're going against a slot receiver or a tight end?
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. Like I said, I mean, you're going against the best receivers in the country, so you get to go against Marv, you get to go against Emeka, you get to go against all those guys. So you get those reps against them, then you get in the game against other dudes. I think it's the game's a little slower.
Go ahead.
Who are some safeties that you like to watch or you like their game?
Growing up, I really liked Cam Chancellor because he was a bigger guy that also plays safety. So that was someone I really liked to watch. You know, he was physical. He was great in zone. So that's someone I really like to watch. I love to watch the YouTube videos on Sean Taylor as well. You know, they're a super physical guy.
Have you seen the one where? Well, I won't get into that. You personally, when you were a little kid, did you see yourself always playing defense? I mean, obviously your dad was a star here. I mean,
Yeah.
what did you see?
I definitely always see myself playing defense. You know, I played a little bit of running back growing up, but
Yeah.
I was always a defensive guy. You know, even when I was little, I got to play a little bit of defensive end in Little League. Then I started playing a little linebacker. Then I moved all the way back to safety eventually. So, yeah, I've always been a defensive guy.
When you were Pee Wee, did you have an X on your helmet? Were you that big yet?
Oh no, I got to play running back, so I wasn't that big.
And one other thing, Jelani Thurman, in a nutshell, what does he bring to the program? I'm not talking about the other tight ends, but are you surprised the way he has progressed so quickly?
Jelani's a great player. You know, like he's huge. He's a specimen. You know, you guys like to say that about me. That's a specimen right there, and I think he's going to keep getting better. He's going to be a great player.
I have a terrible memory. If this is wrong, I apologize. Did you ever play in the spring game where you jumped in front of a route and almost made a pick?
Yeah.
Can you remember that play or take us through that play just to be, when you're talking about that anticipation, right? Trust in your eyes, it feels like maybe that was one of those moments.
Yeah, I was an underneath dropper in that play, and that was one where I did hesitate a little bit, and I think if I didn't hesitate, I could have had a pick and been gone with it. And that's what I'm talking about, just being able to trust your eyes, trust what you see, and go.
And when you get all the way there with trust in that, right? What will that be like, do you think?
I mean, I think I can become a really good player. You know, I got a great coach in Coach E, and I think if I listen what he says and just do what I'm supposed to, I think he'll develop me into a good player.
Sonny, Coach Orlando was just talking about Malik Harper, kind of compared him to you and some of those same things in the process. What have you seen from him so far?
I think what's really impressive about Malik is he doesn't act like a freshman. You know, he knows what he's supposed to do. He's very trustworthy, and I think you can expect good things from him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make those freshman mistakes. You know, Coach Mick does a good job. You know what I'm saying? Coach Mick and the nutrition, they do a good job. You know, if you do what you're supposed to do, they're going to get you where you need to be.
Was there anything he did in a weight room at some point that surprised you?
Nothing that really surprised me. I mean, I kind of just expected a lot from him just based on his mindset, just talking to him every day and seeing how he carries himself and handles his business.
Question from the back over here. Hey, Sonny, I heard Coach Mick used to make you race JT, and he used to beat you all the time, 20, 30 yards, 40 yards.
Nah.
How'd that make you feel, just trying to train more?
I don't know if that's true, bro. I don't think so.
I remember he was telling me, man, we have to have Sonny, continue to get faster. JT always. How do you feel?
I forgot about that one.
Short-term memory?
Yeah, short-term memory.
Thank you, Sonny.
A couple more questions, folks.
You and Cam both playing that nickel spot. Do you feel like you two kind of have complementary skill sets out there?
What do you mean by that?
Just obviously he's got a different body type than you have. Do you feel like you guys can kind of do some different things at that same position?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we have different body sets, so I think, we can do different things. I think how you want to use us is just based on the situation. I guess you could say that.
Anything else?
The
Last question, Rich.
Here you are, we see you running with the ones. The decision to reclassify, what did you get out of it? Where are you today as a football player as opposed to if you had gone through spring practice as a freshman, but this was still new?
I think reclassing was a really good decision. I felt me reclassing was going to set me up for this year, and I think it did. I think I was able to get a year under my belt. I got some experience in a big game, and I think that really pushed my confidence ahead. You know, coming in as a freshman, it's a little harder to try and compete for a starting job on day one. Not saying that I couldn't have tried to compete, but I think it put me in a better place to compete for it.
When you reported last year, what was your size, height, and weight?
6'4", 218.
And what's your size and weight, height and weight now?
I'm 229, something like that.
Still 6'4", or did
Yeah,
you grow
still 6'4".
I got you.
Sonny, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Sonny.
Thanks, sir. Folks, we'll make a check through the locker room.